Kicking things off at number 10, Hilary Duff. Former Disney star Hilary Duff is known to have lied about her age. Unlike many other celebs though, she didn't lie about her age to book a role. Hilary actually lied in order to get into clubs when she was younger. She revealed that when she was younger she used her sister Haley's ID to get into clubs, though she was always recognized. I don't think people actually believed her lies when she was trying to get into clubs when she was underage. People probably just knew that she was famous and they let her in just to make themselves look better. Ironically, she's been on a show called Younger, and the series is literally about lying about your age. Talk about coincidence. I guess all that time faking her age really paid off in the long run. At number 9, Eminem. Rapper Eminem is caught lying about his age during a Howard Stern interview back in 1999. This was at the start of his career, so maybe he just wanted to start things off by having people think he's younger than he really is. In the interview, the rapper told Stern that he was 24, but later on people realized that he was born in 72, and at the time of the interview he would have been 27. Some people thought that maybe he just forgot how old he was for real, but we may never know. Also, side note, I didn't know Eminem was that old. I've been here thinking he was like in his 30s for the longest time, but turns out he's almost 50. I'm honestly shocked. In at 8, Jennifer Lopez. Up next, we're talking about Jenny from the Block. J-Lo was caught lying about her age back in 1999. A lot of this stuff happens in 99. For a while, she had been telling people that she was born in 1970 and that she was 29 at the time. But following a nightclub shooting in 99, she and P. Diddy, her boyfriend at the time, were brought in for questioning, and that's when the truth came out about her age. When police ran her through the system, they noticed that her information didn't quite match up, and so she had to come clean and reveal that she's actually a year older than she claimed she was, and that she was born in 1969 and was actually 30 years old at the time of the incident. Now, don't get me wrong, J-Lo is still looking fuego, but why did she feel the need to shave off a year? Just 1 year doesn't really make much difference, but I guess she just wanted to live her 20s one last time. Coming in at number 7, Whoopi Goldberg. Whoopi Goldberg is known for acting in productions like The Color Purple, Sister Act, and Star Trek Next Gen. She's played some pretty iconic roles, but did you know that she actually lied about her age to get a lot of these roles? Unlike many other stars who say that they're younger than they truly are to get ahead in the industry, Whoopi actually claimed to be 6 years older than she really was. Whoopi has said that she needed to pretend to be closer to her 40s in order to get a role. This lie started back in 1986 when the actress was 30, but told producers that she was 6 years older in order to book a job, so she claimed to have been born in 1949. This is not very common to see a celebrity say that they're older, since most of them want to preserve their youth in the media, but Whoopi did it to secure her bag, so props to you, Whoopi. In at 6, Jay-Z. There's been some confusion surrounding Jay-Z's age. On a radio talk show, host Troy Turan claimed that he and Jay-Z were actually the same age and were both 50. He went on to say that the idea that he was in his mid-40s was made up and that his real age was 50. A lot of people bought into that and just assumed that Jay-Z was lying and that he just wanted to seem younger than he really was. But then records came out showing that Jay-Z was in fact born in 1969, making him 44 years old when the speculation came about. But I think that he's still lying about his age. I think he's much older than that, since he's a high-ranking member of the Illuminati. This guy is for sure immortal, and maybe his records say that he was born in 1969, but really, he could have been born in 1769, and he's been alive ever since. Halfway through at number 5, Steven Spielberg. Steven Spielberg is one of the most coveted directors in Hollywood, and his origin story, if you will, is one of the most unbelievable tales. Basically, the story goes that he was 21 and he snuck into the Universal Studios lot, found a vacant studio, and basically became a squatter there. He pretended to work there for months until he got caught, but then his film career took off from there. But there seems to be some discrepancies with his story, mostly concerning his age in that tale. Though he recounts that this happened in 1969 when he was 21, it turns out that if his birth date is correct and he was actually born in 1946, this means that he was actually 22 or 23 at the time. But on the other hand, he's also said that his time of sneaking into the Universal lot took place in 1965, and that means that he was 17 at the time, which really means that he was 18 or 19. Basically, the bottom line here is no one knows what happened and at what time and how old he was then. I think he's stuck in a time loop, honestly. There's just too many dates and times to keep track of. At 4, Nicki Minaj. Rapper Nicki Minaj is another celeb who's lied about how old she really is. For a long time, she had us believing that she was born in 1984, but turns out she's actually 2 years older and was actually born in 1982. Her age discovery actually happened in a similar way to J-Lo. Nicki was arrested in 2011, but when she was brought in by police and had to record the incident at hand, it was then that her real age was revealed, showing that she was 2 years older than she said she was. I think she lied about being younger to appeal to her demographic, since her music and her image was so colorful and upbeat. Her career was still fairly new, so marketing herself to the right audience was still important. But still, only 2 years? 2 years really isn't that much of a difference. Coming in at number 3, Rebel Wilson. After a high school photo of the actress resurfaced, Rebel was forced to come clean about her age. Although she had been claiming to be 29, the source revealed that she was actually 36. That's a pretty big jump, but you wouldn't have believed it if she didn't say anything. One of Rebel's former classmates was actually the one to call her out for lying. She said that the actress was born in 1979 and graduated high school in 97. Rebel came out saying that she felt hurt when she was called out. She also went on to say that in the film industry, a lot of people face ageism and sexism, so she wanted to seem younger in order to avoid this. She was so cheesed that she even took the publication who leaked her age to court and won just over $3 million for the defamation case because she claimed that the leak cost her jobs because of her age. In at number 2, Nelly. Rapper Nelly really bamboozled a lot of people when the truth came out about his age. Back in 2003, Nelly was included in Teen People's list of the hottest stars under 25. Obviously, to be eligible for this list, you have to be under the age of 25. That's kind of a given. So Nelly and his representatives told the publication that Nelly was 22 at the time, and so he was accepted and put on the list. Later on, it was discovered that he lied about his age to get into the publication, but this was not a little lie. Oh no. Instead of being 22 like he said, he was actually 28. That's a big jump. If you're gonna lie about your age on that list, I'd understand if you were like, oh, I'm 24, but you're actually 25. Like, that's not a big deal. But to go from like, oh, I graduated high school 4 years ago to I'm almost 30 is a big ol' stretch. Finally in at number 1, Mila Kunis. Mila Kunis has been known to lie about her age from time to time, but one instance when she lied about her age where it actually paid off was back when she auditioned for That 70s Show. When she auditioned, the producers asked her age, and she told them that she was going to turn 18. What they didn't know was that she was actually 14 at the time. That's a pretty big age gap when you think about the fact that she was claiming to be almost a legal adult when she was actually an 8th grader. Mila's argument for justifying her lie was that she was turning 18, but she never said when. She would eventually turn 18, but that was just gonna be a little bit longer than they assumed. I mean, she's not wrong, but still. Obviously this lie worked out in her favor as she booked the role, but man, it's a good thing she didn't get in much trouble for this.
Starting us off at number 10 is John Cena and Jason Earls. If you've ever seen a Hannah Montana episode, then you probably never thought anything about Jason Earls' age when he played Miley Cyrus's brother. Fans later realized that when the show started, he was actually 29 years old when playing his 16-year-old character, which is shocking because he actually looks like a teenager and still does. When comparing him next to actor John Cena, who is the same age as him, it's very hard to believe that this is actually true. They are both the same age, 43 years old, and coincidentally enough, they actually did a scene together on Hannah Montana back in the day. It's actually really weird for me who watched the show to think that during this scene, they were the same age, but Jason was playing a teenager. Honestly, I had a harder time processing the fact that Jason was 29 years old when he was hired for Hannah Montana. Like, couldn't you just find a teenager to play the part? I don't get it. That is older than me right now, playing a 16-year-old. I don't get it. Up next, number 9 is Carly Rae Jepsen and Lady Gaga. I guess I never thought about Carly's age, but when she came out with her hit single Call Me Maybe, she was actually 26 years old. In the video, to me, she looked really young, and I guess I just assumed that she was like around 22 years old. Definitely younger than 26. Clearly, I was wrong because she's actually the same age as Lady Gaga. They are both 34 years old this year. Some people online said that they thought Gaga was older than that, but I think the most shocking part is seeing them in like the same age category. I don't know what it is, but their music careers played out during different times, so maybe it feels like they're in different age groups because of it. Technically speaking though, Carly is actually older. She was born in November 1985 and Lady Gaga was born in March 1986, so only certain parts of the year are they like 34 together. Cruising into number 8 is Michelle Obama and Sandra Bullock. Both ladies often get asked during interviews about their skincare and fitness routines because they look incredible for their age. I remember being really shocked a few years ago when I found out Sandra's age because she looks a lot younger than she really is. They were both born in 1964, making them 56 years old this year. Like what? In 4 years, you're telling me they are going to turn 60? That is crazy because honestly, they look like they could be in their 40s. Michelle is older by 6 months. She turned 56 back in January, and Sandra followed her and turned 56 in July. When asked what they do to keep themselves looking so young and fresh, they said collagen, and they swear by it. There's different ways to intake collagen, whether it's a pill, in smoothies, or in face gels. It helps improve skin elasticity and has tons of aging benefits, so I'm gonna go get me some, basically. Sliding into number 7 is Zendaya and Bella Hadid. Because Zendaya became known from Disney Channel, I think people often forget that she grows out of that at some point. I even have a hard time remembering that she's not a teenager anymore and she's actually 24 years old. That's enough for me to wrap my head around because it just makes me feel very old. But what's even more strange is that she's the same age as Bella Hadid, who I thought was a lot older than she was. Bella Hadid is a famous model and is actually the younger sister to Gigi Hadid. The two of them were born just 1 month apart. Zendaya just turned 24 on September 1st this year, and Bella is following close behind. She turns 24 on October 9th. If you are trying to do the quick math in your head, it means they were both born in 1996. Making their way into number 6 is Gwen Stefani and Jennifer Aniston. When it comes to Jennifer Aniston, one common topic of conversation is the fact that she's 51 years old and looks incredible. Literal goals. Plus, she is one of a few celebrities to fill her body and face with plastic, yet she looks better than most of them. Sorry. To learn that she is 51 is usually surprising in itself, but then to learn that she's the same age as Gwen Stefani is also very surprising. I'm not sure why, but personally, I just thought Gwen was much younger than Jennifer. They've both had very successful careers for similar periods of time, but they were in completely different genres, so we never see them working together. Jennifer has always been in the acting world and Gwen in music, so their two worlds just don't really collide. Jennifer turned 51 back in February, and Gwen's birthday is coming up in October. We've made it halfway. At number 5 is Madonna and Ellen DeGeneres. This one is a little crazy for me because they are both older than my mom, and I had it in my head that they would be younger or like at least closer in age. I don't know. Now I will not do my mother dirty and give up her age, but I will do that for Madonna and Ellen because it is already on Google. They are both 62 years old this year with 7 months in between their birthdays. Ellen was first and celebrated her birthday on January 26th, and Madonna celebrated hers more recently on August 16th. But similar to Jennifer Aniston, a lot of people talk about them and how great they look for their age. Personally, I think it is their style that has a lot to do with it. They both dress very modern in like younger fashion, you know what I mean? Like kind of hipster? I don't know what I'm trying to think of. I feel like Ellen dresses like a hipster. I don't know. They're both very fashionable is what I'm trying to say. In spot number 4 is Gigi Hadid and Post Malone. I never thought that they would be in the same number on one of my lists. And if we're comparing just looks, they definitely don't look like the same age in my opinion. I'm gonna give you guys 1 second to guess in your head how old you think they are. Like when you think of Post Malone separately, what age do you think of? Chris?
28.
Okay. Good guess. Tell me in the comments, guys. I want to hear your guesses. Turns out they are the same age, and as of 2020, they are both 25 years young. Gigi, who is now a mother to be pretty soon, turned 25 years old on April 23rd, and Post was just a few months behind and celebrated on July 4th. To think that at the beginning of this year they were both 24 years old is mind-boggling to me. I thought Post was in his 30s. That was my guess, like early 30s. So that goes to show how bad I am at guessing someone's age. Taking over the 3rd spot is Caitlyn Jenner and Meryl Streep. I'd be lying if I said that both of their ages as individuals didn't surprise me when I first found out. Mainly because my Nana is only a couple years older than both of them, and to think that Meryl Streep could be my grandmother is insane to me. They are both going to be 71 years old this year. Meryl is actually the older one. She turned 71 in June, and Caitlyn is still 70 until October 28th. People are more shocked about Caitlyn's age because she is Kylie Jenner's dad. It's a little strange to think that Kylie's dad is around the same age as my grandparents. But honestly, in this day and age, this isn't that uncommon. Kylie is only 23 years old right now, so her dad being 71 is a huge age gap, which means that she had Kylie when she was 48 years old. I mean, I can't be the only one who's like a little mind blown by this. Sniping our number 2 spot is Beyonce and Britney Spears. years. Even though they are both in the music industry together and have been for many years, they've never done a collaboration or worked together on a set. It's kind of crazy to think they haven't done a collaboration, seeing as both of their fans call them Queen Bee. Personally, I've only known Beyonce to be called Queen Bee, but Britney recently came out and said her fans call her that as well. Regardless of a collab, one thing they have in common is their age. They will both be 39 years old this year, which is also a little crazy to find out. I don't know why, I just think that Britney Spears doesn't age, apparently. Beyonce is a couple months older. She turned 39 on September 4th, and Britney is following suit on December 2nd. Maybe a collab will happen in the future. I am crossing my fingers. I would love to see that. I think that would be epic. Let's make it happen. Bring Britney back. Well, any Harry Potter fans, I'm about to blow your mind with this one. Coming into number 1 is Rihanna and Rupert Grint. You guys, I had to put this one in number 1 because it is so weird to me. I can't wrap my head around this. You're telling me that Rihanna is the same age as Ron Weasley from the Harry Potter movies? There's no way. There is, but whoa. It feels like they were from completely different decades. Like, does it not, or is this just me? Turns out they are the same age, both turning 32 years old this year. Rihanna celebrated her birthday on February 20th, and Rupert celebrated 6 months later on August 24th. I honestly didn't know how old either of them were before I had to research for this list, so this is all pretty shocking. But to find out they're only 4 years older than me is also a lot to take in. This whole number is just a lot to digest for me. Like, I honestly didn't think Ron Weasley was 4 years older than me. Starting off our list at number 10 is J-Lo. She has and always will be a triple threat, showing off her skills all at once: acting, dancing, and singing. You would never be able to tell that in a month from now she's going to be turning 50 years old. Not only does her face look like it did 20 years ago, but her body is also in incredible shape. The woman can dance like the 20-year-olds you see hitting the clubs every Saturday night. She became a mom of 2 back in 2008 when she had her twins, a boy named Max and a girl named Emmy. It's hard enough to believe she's turning 50, let alone knowing she performs worldwide tours while being a mom of 2 and also 2 other half-children. So basically a mom of 4. During an interview with People magazine, she was asked about how she looks so young. She said, "I try to always get as much sleep as I can so that I can start the day well rested and do my morning meditation and affirmations." She went on to say that she uses sunscreen and exercises regularly. She's known for her beauty and her talent, but also known for her J-Glow. Yes, people have now nicknamed her for her young, radiant looking skin. They call it the J-Glow. At number 9 is Mario Lopez. He is an actor but also an entertainment journalist, appearing on several TV series, in many movies, and also on Broadway. He had his first big break when he took on the role of AC Slater on the hit TV series Saved by the Bell. He quickly became a Hollywood heartthrob, and he has kept the title ever since, mainly because his appearance hasn't changed one bit and he still looks like he did on the 1989 TV show. Mario is now 45 years old and is a father of 2. People have made an ongoing joke about the fact he hasn't aged, calling him a vampire online. They compare his natural glow to the vampire Edward Cullen, the shimmer he gets when he steps into the sunlight. Fans say he always has the perfect bronze complexion. He has somehow managed to be 45, a father of 2, wrinkle-free, tanned, and jacked. Sliding into spot number 8 is Julia Roberts. The actress first found her way into the spotlight when she starred in the romantic comedy Pretty Woman back in 1990. From there, she went on to be one of the highest paid actors at the time and has won numerous multiple Golden Globe and Academy Awards throughout her career. Not only is her acting resume impressive, but so is whatever skincare routine she is using. No one would be able to tell that she's 51 years old simply by looking at her. She is a mother of 3 and has somehow kept her same thin figure, and her skin hasn't aged one bit. Many would point the finger and say that she's had work done, but the actress prides herself in the fact that she hasn't. During an interview, she said, "By Hollywood standards, I guess I've taken a big risk in not having had a facelift." When asked about her tips and tricks, there is one thing she swears by, and that is using a daily moisturizer that has sunscreen in it. Noted. Going to buy some right after I finish filming this. Taking our number 7 spot is Sandra Bullock, another incredibly talented actress who is like twice my age yet somehow looks better than me. Back in 2000, 2010 and 2014, she was the highest paid actress in the world and also received the title of People's Most Beautiful Woman. I mean, there is no surprise, just look at her. Believe it or not, she is actually 54 years old now. It's almost been 20 years since the actress pretended to be a beauty pageant contestant in the movie Miss Congeniality, but realistically, she could still play the role. She keeps herself young by facials and a regular fitness routine. When asked about it, she said, "I do Pilates, kickboxing, weight training, and when I'm at home, run or ride a bike. If I can work out every day, I will." When it comes to her face, she makes sure she stays on top of her daily skin routine, but it's said that she is a huge fan of LED light facials too. In at number 6 is Elijah Wood. The actor won the hearts of many people when he took on the role of Frodo in the Lord of the Rings film trilogy and then in The Hobbit: An Unexpected Journey. He was only 18 years old when playing the part, and most of his other Hobbit cast members were much older than him. But even at 18, he looked like he was only 14 years old. One could say he has had a baby face the majority of his career, and people are curious how the now 38-year-old still looks like the little hobbit that we all fell in love with. Minus the bit of facial hair, he still rocks his bright blue eyes and baby face. The actor is aware that he looks much younger than his actual age and opened up about it while on the Conan talk show. He admitted that he still gets asked for ID when it comes to drinking. Not only that, but all the memes floating around about the resemblance between him and Daniel Radcliffe have left the actor always proving himself to other people. There's a gif going around that turns the one actor into the other simply by an eyebrow raise basically. It is actually crazy to see the similarities between the two of them. Apparently fans mistake them for one another in public all the time, but I feel like they could have some fun with that. Halfway through at number 5 is Angelina Jolie. The 44-year-old actress looks very similar to when she first began her career. She is incredibly successful in her career, being named Hollywood's highest paid actress on multiple occasions. Not only that, but for a number of years she was cited as the world's most beautiful woman by media outlets. Only one can wonder how she looks so good with a busy schedule and being a mom of 6. Yes, 6. She has 3 children with Brad Pitt, and then they adopted 3 on top of their own. Anyone would tell her how incredible she looks for her age, but the actress opened up during an interview and said she is embracing her signs of aging. During an interview with InStyle back in 2018, she said, "I also see myself aging, and I love it because it means I'm alive. I'm living and getting older. Don't love having a random dark spot from a pregnancy, sure. I see my flaws, but what I see that I like isn't about a structure or an appearance. It's more that I see my family in my face, I see my age." Well, I hope to God I look half as good as she does at 44, 3 childbirths later. And for the record, I am not seeing any of these aging or flaws that she mentioned. She looks amazing. Here we are at number 4 with Tyra Banks. It's hard to believe that it's been 19 years since we saw her debut in movies like Coyote Ugly and the iconic Disney Channel movie Life Size. It's only hard to believe because she hasn't aged a damn day. Literally, she looks the exact same. The best part is that the actress agrees with us on this one. In 2018, she posted a picture on Instagram of a side-by-side comparison of a picture from the 2000 movie Coyote Ugly and a picture of her now. She simply captioned the picture, boom. The actress is now 45 years old, but you would never know unless you googled it. Not only is she an actress, but she's also one of the world's biggest supermodels of her time, taking the Sports Illustrated cover. That part of her career inspired her to take on the cover once again at 45 years old. And man, she looks just as good as she did back then. So yeah, not only has her face remained in prime condition, but check out that bod. Alright guys, at number 3 is Daniel Radcliffe. I think it's only fair that he makes this list since Elijah Wood did, and they are practically twin brothers. The beloved Harry Potter is all grown up. I'm not saying that he's old, but he's old when we compare him to the wizard kid we once knew him as. He is now 29 years old, which is hard for fans to believe since we have this Harry Potter character engraved in our minds. He was only 11 years old when he first got cast to take on the role, which would make you think he's gotta look old by now. But he doesn't. Sure, he looks older, but not old. He is just another actor who has incredible skincare or incredible genes. Radcliffe has made headlines before about his struggle with alcohol abuse, which you would think might take a toll on someone's appearance, but apparently not for him. He said one of the ways he keeps himself young is by not having social media accounts. In at number 2 is Halle Berry. The beautiful actress won the Academy Award for Best Actress for her movie Monster Ball back in 2001, which was a huge deal because she was the only African American to have won the award at the time. Before she became a successful actor though, she was actually a model. She was in several beauty contest and even finished as the runner-up in the Miss USA pageant. Go figure, because her beauty hasn't faded nor has she aged over all of this time. She is now 52 years old and a mother of 2, but you'd never guess by taking a quick look at her. Her skin remains flawless and her body somehow stays in incredible shape. When asked about how she maintains her good looks and health, she explains that she works out regularly and also meditates. She says, I quote, "I believe good health and wellness is what real beauty is all about. The beauty world is constantly evolving, building a deeper connection between health, wellness, and what we know as being beautiful. It is clear that she is not only beautiful on the outside, but also on the inside. It must be nice being perfect." Taking our number 1 spot is Jennifer Aniston, because she is famously known for basically not aging a day since 1995. Her career first took off when she was cast in her iconic role of Rachel on the TV show Friends. She has always been incredibly beautiful, which is why she is always asked about her beauty secrets and workout routines. In 2016, it was no surprise that she was named the world's most beautiful woman by People magazine. Her skin is constantly glowing, and she shares some of her tips, saying that she drinks a ton of water and that her diet and exercise routine definitely plays a part in her skin too. She admits that she goes to the spa to get treatments and facials, but says that the daily routine is most important. In 2017, she told Allure magazine, "I really wish we could shift our perspective on aging as a negative, because it's happening to every single one of us. We just need to be very good to our skin, keep it healthy, and keep it tended to, as we tend to our cars, our appliances, and everything else we tend to." Her top 3 aging tips are water, sleep, and sunscreen. There seems to be a pattern here with sunscreen on this list, so I might need to take that a little more seriously.
At number 10, we have Mia Goth. Mia Goth has been very secretive when it comes to her birthday and her exact age. However, the actor is 29 years old and she still looks like she's 14 years old and was just signed to Storm Model Management after being discovered by fashion photographer Gemma Booth in London. When it comes to her beauty routine, the star likes to keep things simple by sticking to the basics and keeping a more natural approach. She also tends to eat very healthy, and she's a strong believer that with skin and beauty, it always starts within. And whether it's rainy or sunny, the star always opts to use sunscreen. Whatever the star seems to be doing, however, has her aging fine, and I definitely want what she's having. At number 9, we have Cher. Cher is 76 years old, however, she still manages to look ageless. Anyone who looks at her wonders if the singer really found the fountain of youth, as she doesn't look a day over 40. In May of 2018, Cher revealed her simple secret to looking eternally young, and it had nothing to do with plastic surgery. Her strict rules include not drinking, smoking, or using substances, and her healthy style of working out and drinking water, with the occasional sneak in of chocolate, makes us wonder if she's actually telling the truth. While the star has admitted to having a facelift, nose job, and dental surgery in 1985, she still continues to deny any recent procedures. And while abstaining from cocktails might seem impossible for some, Cher is definitely onto something, because she looks good at 76, and you can't deny that. Hey Peaches, are you liking this video so far? If so, then don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. At number 8, we have Gwen Stefani. Went wild back in October when they learned that she just turned 53 years old, with one fan taking to Twitter to say, "Gwen Stefani is either ageless or freeze-dried." It has us all wondering how she's aged so fine, and what can we do to look like Gwen Stefani? It's no lie that the singer looks exactly the same as she did in her hollaback girl phase. Luckily for fans, Gwen shared her secret to staying so young back in 2016 when she was riding with James Corden in his carpool karaoke. Gwen would admit that she's always kept her skincare pretty simple in her morning routine, which usually includes a prayer, brushing her teeth, and moisturizing, and she also occasionally will do a little facial massage just so she can decrease any puffiness. At night, the star also will take off her makeup and put moisturizer on. She also lives by one other golden rule, which is always to keep her skin hydrated with face oil. At number 7, we have Jennifer Aniston. Jennifer Aniston still looks like she's 25 and ready to film another episode of Friends. With the star being 53, it makes us wonder if she's ever going to age. Jennifer is known for her flawless skin and timeless beauty. Now, the A-lister does credit her parents, genes, and food recommendations for staying so young. However, she's also stated to stay young, you have to maintain what you have. With the star's obsession with skin health, she recommends using products that contain probiotics, as they're known to benefit your skin. She also is known to get a lot of facials from a variety of different
facialist, and highly recommends exercise and cutting out sugar and bad food from your diet completely. She's also said you need to moisturize and swears by Aveeno's daily moisturizer, as she and her mom have been using it for years. Jennifer has also stated that our bodies are like plants and it will thrive if you treat it well, so treat your bodies well. At number 6, we have Shakira. Shakira, at the age of 45, easily looks 15 to 20 years younger, and her appearance hasn't really changed since she was 20. Besides her ability to keep her makeup natural and her glamorous, elegant outfits, we are still wondering what she does to stay so young. Well, it's simple. All you have to do is wear sunscreen and smile. The star has also noted that a good smile shows off confidence, and it's really the best makeup. She's also not kidding about the sunscreen. The star uses the highest SPF sunscreen she can find to avoid damaging her skin, and she also applies a vitamin C serum for applying her makeup to nourish her skin, along with lots and lots of moisturizer. It seems like the number one tip today to take away from this is keep your skin moisturized and nourished, and you'll stay young forever. At number 5, we have Reese Witherspoon. So Reese Witherspoon swears by a 13-minute skincare routine morning and night, and it's clearly worked because at the age of 46, the star still not only looks ageless but flawless. Reese has said that she uses a gentle cleanser, serums, eye creams, and moisturizers. She's also mentioned that a lot of her serums contain an anti-aging ingredients like vitamin C and hyaluronic acid. As the star has gotten older, she's noticed that her skin's gotten drier and that she has more dark spots, so she pays very close attention to hydration and looks for ingredients to treat dark spots like vitamin C. On top of her skincare routine, the star likes to exercise, eat healthy, and drink plenty of water. She said that staying hydrating and exercise regularly and taking all her makeup off at the end of the day helps her combat aging skin, and she encourages everyone to follow her routine. And number 4 today, we have Christina Aguilera. Christina Aguilera is 41 years old and still somehow manages to leave her fans convinced that she's actually 20 years old. Luckily for Christina, she's shared all her beauty secrets, so if you're blonde and you're a bombshell, you should definitely follow them because she definitely knows what's good. Christina's advice for fellow blondes out there is that it's important to not over dry or overwash your hair. You should always be using Johnson's baby shampoo and a hair mask at least once a week to keep your hair healthy. And when it comes to the star's skin, she likes to keep it simple as well with Cetaphil gentle skin cleanser, and before she uses it, she likes to remove her makeup with MAC wipes. Despite plastic surgery rumors, it seems like this star has her skin and hair routine sorted, and whatever she's doing is working, so maybe take some notes because I know at one point you all wanted to look like Christina Aguilera. And number 3, we have Dolly Parton. If you Google how old is Dolly Parton, it's going to suggest that the singer is 76 years old. Unfortunately, despite Google's best intentions, there's no way that's true. Just look at her. The star doesn't look a day over 45. And while some of her age defiance can be attributed to self-admitted surgical enhancements, some markers of youth are results of more natural care. In an interview with Refinery29, Dolly would go on to list a handful of brands she uses, and not all of them were expensive, including Olay, which Dolly said she loves. It's kind of a big deal that Dolly would opt to choose Olay over any other big name brand because as the moisturizer only costs as little as $22. That should be an indicator that you don't need to tap into your savings just to invest in youthful skin. And while the star may have shelves and drawers full of every makeup product going, she still opts to go to her old faithfuls. At number 2, we have Jennifer Lopez. From the secrets behind her dewy skin to her tight abs, Jennifer Lopez has shown us that for someone who used to have little, she now has a lot to teach us about aging and style. At the age of 53, Jennifer has taught us 5 lessons about defying beauty. At the launch of her JLo Beauty skincare line, she revealed her family secret of using olive oil as it's packed with beneficial fatty acids, antioxidants, and vitamin A, D, E, and K. She would also go on to note that your skincare is only as good as your lifestyle, and there's no point of slapping on endless active creams or olive oil if you're not going to look after your health. JLo has also said at some point, aging is going to happen, but until then, you just gotta decide how strong you're going to be. And to help fight off any signs of age, JLo lives by the 5 S's, which are sleep. You need at least 8 hours minimum a night, supplements, apply sunscreen every day, serum, and sano. And if you don't know what sano means, it's a Spanish phrase which means to live a healthy, sane life. To do what JLo does means you need to avoid drinking and smoking, and you need to start eating healthy, exercising, and drinking lots of water. And at number 1 today, we have Sandra Bullock. Sandra Bullock constantly jokes about her secret to looking ageless at the age of 58, and it's because she sleeps in a sealed container. The actress has equipped her life to avoid outside carcinogens and any substance that might cause harm. However, when it comes to her skincare, she's actually a minimalist. Sandra prefers to keep things minimum with her beauty routine. She uses a face cloth and cream, and in addition to using minimum products, she doesn't devote too much of her time to her routine, as her routine only takes around 8 minutes. She's also admitted that the reason she has no fine lines around her eyes is due to a beauty pageant secret. Apparently, by using hemorrhoid ointment on your face, you can hide those fine lines around your eyes. Who would have thought, but I'm never going to try that. She's also not afraid to try trendy facials like EGF on top of her facials and creams. The star also likes to exfoliate once a week, and she's dedicated to her fitness routine. At number 10, we have Mila Kunis. Mila Kunis is now 39 years old. However, when she was an actor, she auditioned for That 70s Show, and she was only 14 at the time, and actually quite not old enough to land the role as Jackie Burkhart. The role would end up launching her career after she fudged the truth just to make it seem like she was older than she actually was at the time. In 2012, Mila would make an appearance on The Tonight Show with Jay Leno, where she would confess to the lie by saying, "I told them I was a little bit older. I told them I was going to be 18, which is technically not a lie because at one point I was going to be 18. What's surprising is that the producers never even asked for ID to back up her age, as she did look pretty young. Luckily for Mila, it was a good thing that she told a lie, because not only would she get the gig, but she would end up meeting her future husband and father of her children, Ashton Kutcher, on the set. However, her being 14 on the set was actually pretty disturbing, and you have to admit that. And number 9, Sandra Bullock. Sandra Bullock has admitted to lying about her age just to snag some roles. In 1992, she wanted to get a part in Love Potion 9 so badly that she pretended to be older than she actually was. At the time, she was only around 27, 28 years old, but the producers wanted someone who was 29 years old. Sandra would then tell Barbara Walters that it would be wise to tell a white lie so she could convince everyone she was 29 years old. And that hasn't been the only time Sandra has used a lie to cover up her real age. Sandra even told Detour magazine that after a while, you really have no idea how old you are because you've lied so many times. I've always said I would never lie, but one time when I didn't, it worked against me, so I figured you just keep them guessing. Like plenty of actors before her, Sandra continues to lie about her age to stay afloat, and I mean, you have to do what you have to do, but are the lies seriously worth it? Hey Peaches, are you enjoying this video so far? If so, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. And number 8, Jessica Chastain. Jessica Chastain is one of those elusive actors whose true age is unknown, and people have even claimed that her age shown on Wikipedia and her IMDb is actually incorrect. It is said to believe that the actor is 45 years old. However, Jessica hasn't outright lied about her age, but she hasn't been so forthcoming about it either. For some time, her age has remained a mystery to the public. In 2013, she would sit down for an interview with Guardian where she would say that she deliberately doesn't talk about her age and that she would never admit her real age because she is an actress that wants to play a range of characters of different ages. It's clear that the actress doesn't want her age to be affected by the roles she wants, so I guess we'll never know how old she really is, and we're just gonna have to keep guessing until she finally comes out to tell us all the truth. And number 7, Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj was able to lie about her age and keep us under the illusion that she was actually 2 years older than what she led us to believe. Nicki's lie would then be exposed amid another conflict, while the rapper led us all to believe over the years that she was born in 1984. Her attempt to be only 2 years younger would be shattered after she got into an altercation back in 2011. While all of us were baffled at the fact someone would only want to shave 2 years off of their age, a report would later surface after the incident that would reveal Nicki was actually born in 1982 and not 1984. So take this as a lesson to be learned that lying about your age could eventually get you exposed, so maybe opt to tell the truth instead. And number 6, Rebel Wilson. Rebel Wilson is a renowned comedian, writer, and actor. However, she apparently lied about her age. In 2015, an Australian magazine would go on to claim that the Aussie actor had misled the world about her life and stated that her birth name, age, and upbringing were all just one massive lie. The publication alleged that Wilson incorrectly stated that she was 29 and that Rebel was actually 42, meaning that she would have been in her mid-30s in 2015. The story pretty much contradicted the actor's story, claiming that she had a different upbringing and called her out on her age. The story soon caught international attention, and some publications would even go on to confirm the actor's real age. Rebel would then take the publisher to court, suing them for defamation. She denied claiming that she had been 29 and said all she ever tried to do was divert questions about her. Rebel would then be awarded $4,005,000 in damages, and the company appealed and got it reduced to $600,000. Rebel would then try to launch a counter appeal, but then that got rejected. And number 5, Nelly. Taking it all the way back to 2003, Nelly would be named one of Teen People's hottest stars under 25. However, the world would soon find out later that he shouldn't have made the list at all because he'd actually been 28 at the time when the article was actually published, and thereby ineligible for the list in the first place. Nelly's representatives were so adamant that the star was actually 22, however, his birth records said something different, as the star was actually 6 years older than what his representatives made him seem. The reason the fib went on for so long without ever being discussed publicly is because Nelly wanted a more youthful image to capture younger listeners, which is actually pretty creepy, more than innocent if you think about it now. Well, it's safe to say if you think your age will never catch up to you, it definitely will at some point. And number 4, Jennifer Lopez. Jennifer Lopez once told a white lie about her age, and she even went along with it for a while before she was forced to come clean by circumstances beyond her control. Now, there's no denying that the 53-year-old looks years younger than she actually is. She's pretty ageless, but earlier in her life, she may have been trying to shave off her age to appear younger than she actually was. Today, even certain outlets report that Jennifer was born on July 25th, 1970 instead of July 24th, 1969, which appears to be her actual birthday. Now, jump back to her white lie. Jennifer's truth would finally unravel after she tried to claim to be born in 1970 instead of 1969. However, the truth would be revealed that she was born previous year after she was questioned by police about an incident in a Manhattan nightclub with her partner at the time, Puff Daddy. Whatever the situation was, she should have known the truth would come out eventually. And number 3, James Blunt. British songwriter James Blunt was interviewed by Robin Bailey on 97.3 FM to talk about his music, pranks, and aging. Robin would ask Bailey how it felt to be turning the big 4-0, but Blunt wasn't so keen on the questions because it really wasn't on his radar. After all, he was only just past 30, or is he now? According to the popular online in Wikipedia, it stated that Blunt just turned 48 years old, and if you do a little more internet digging, it reveals that James was actually born in 1974, which has led people to believe that he was faking his age. In 2007, it was documented that Blunt was 33 years old. However, in 2010, he would try to claim again that he was 33, which isn't quite how aging works. So he was caught red-handed trying to tell a lie about his age, and no one's really taken him seriously since. At number 2, we have Whoopi Goldberg. Whoopi Goldberg is an accomplished actor, talk show personality, comedian, and author. While she was the first woman to host the Oscars by herself, she has also had a pretty impressive career. Not even her age could limit her stride to become a certified star. In fact, the actor has even admitted to lying about her age at some point in her career. Whoopi has always been inspired to perform in mature roles, which has led her to lie about her actual age. When talking to the Washington Post, when she was 30 years old, she would note her driver's license contained secrets, since it contained her real age of 30 and not the age of 35 at the time, which she had widely publicized to appear older. Whoopi would then go on to say, "I had to lie about my age to get some job." She would then admit at the rise of stardom that the star was on welfare, which played a part in her decision to lie about her age. She added that she had experienced times of housing insecurity and dealing with financial troubles, which is why she sought mature roles. Being 67 now, the actor still has no shame in admitting that she lied about being 5 years older, and I don't blame her. And at number 1 today, we have Eminem. Back in 1999, Eminem would appear on Howard Stern's show, and he would tell the host and the audience that he was actually 24 years old at the time. However, Eminem's white lie would later be revealed as the star wasn't 24 and he was actually 27 years old. Now, fans are still not sure why the Detroit rapper chose to lie about his age, and there's always been many speculations explanations over the years as to why he may have done it. Many have speculated that Eminem simply chose to lie because he wanted to draw in a younger fan base by appearing younger. However, his lie never seemed to damage his career, and the rapper has gone on to release several hit albums since the 1999 interview. Being now 50 years old, Eminem has proved that he isn't going anywhere anytime soon, and every time he decides to grace us with a song, it always seems to soar to the top of the charts, proving that he will always be a rap god and no one will ever replace him anytime soon.